Hello, everybody. It's Dia Hill, transformational coach and energy healer. How are you? Today, I really want to teach you a really awesome lesson. And for me, I've been quite looking forward to sharing this knowledge with you, which is how to stay present with negative people. Listen, there are negative people everywhere in the world. It might be direct family members that tend to be negative. I don't know, people at work, maybe schoolmates, if you're, of that age and you're at school, or, people that you just come across, or friends that are just generally negative. The world is full of negative people. And why is this the case? Well, our brains are actually quite negative dominant. So it takes quite a lot of effort and power to override that, to live from a place of positivity. But what I want to teach you today is some really key skills on how to remain present with this negativity. We live in a world where people love to complain and moan and gossip and blame, that their life is somehow everybody else's fault. Where they are or where they're at, it's not their fault, it's everybody else's fault. And I really want to teach you how to stay present, because it's very easy to kind of get drawn in to their kind of low vibe state. So that negativity, that complaining kind of energy, it's quite a dominant frequency. The world is set up in this kind of paradigm where, negativity is quite normal. And, think about the news for a moment. The news is full of drama and negativity. We're fed it constantly, and our brains are negative dominant to keep us safe. So we kind of have a natural radar to go and seek out negativity. So we have to really work very hard to override this, so we don't get drawn in. This is very strong, dominant energy. So I think the first thing I really want to talk to you about is being able to practice radical self-awareness in the moment. If you're with someone that's really negative, choose your responses consciously. Do not get drawn in thinking that you also have to complain and blame and shame and moan and gossip. You don't have to do this, okay? You can make a conscious choice, but you have to be so kind of laser focused and pretty quick about it, because it's just too easy to calibrate back down to that kind of level of negativity. It is a practice. It's a very deliberate practice where you are choosing not to get involved. And, you can stay in a place of kind of, I guess, active listening. If someone's having a good old moan or complain or gossip, you can go, oh yeah, I see you, or yeah, no, I hear you. People that sit in victimhood, feeling that life is sort of happening to them and are negative, a victim wants a victim. So you can kind of do this active listening, but do not get drawn in. Now, this is a deliberate, intentional practice. And I fall flat on my face where this is concerned, but it's one of those disciplines that the more you do it, the more you can kind of hold space for a situation and kind of let it kind of pan out and let the conversation kind of run, but you're choosing not to get kind of energetically drawn in. And that's a really powerful place to be. You've got your kind of boundary on how much you are going to let in. So that's really powerful. And I guess another key tip is, in the moment, instead of kind of getting drawn in, a really good way is to stay really present, is to really focus on where your energy is. So if you focus all your energy just behind your eyes when you're talking to someone, like I'm doing now, I'm focusing all my energy behind my eyes. It helps you stay really present. You're so much more conscious than just going on automatically having a conversation. The other thing that you can do is obviously concentrate on your breath. When you concentrate on your breathing, you are breathing in, you're breathing out. And when you do that, you're actually being able to stay present. So that's also really key. And when you are dealing with negative, unconscious people, they don't realize they're negative or unconscious. To them, this is very normal. This is their normal behavior. So hold space for them, let them have their say, but you're just making a choice not to get involved. And when you do that, you can kind of hold space for them, not really kind of getting, bothered by what they're saying at all, but you're allowing them to have their say, and you're kind of neutral. You're not getting drawn in at all. And when you can do that, you're kind of accepting them. You're having compassion for their situation. You're having compassion for the fact they are unconscious, that they are negative, that they are not aware of what they're saying. So that's a very powerful thing to do as well. And when you're showing compassion for them, you are actually sitting in a place of higher consciousness as well, because basically they're operating from their false selves. They're operating from their perception. They don't know that they're complaining, they're blaming, they're moaning, their negativity is anything other than, to them, normal. So just let them do it. It's actually amazing to be able to be in that space where you're just not getting drawn in. It's not easy. Okay, it's too easy to get drawn in to that negative situation, but I'm encouraging you with these key tips so you don't actually end up kind of tripping over and getting drawn in, because it's really, really powerful when you do. And really, when you're able to sit in that place, it means you become non-reactive. You become a responder to the situation as opposed to a reactor. You're not getting triggered by situations. You're actually coming at a situation, a person, from a place of love. You're letting it just sort of, unfold right in front of you, and you're choosing your response as opposed to unconsciously yourself reacting. They are trapped in their own perception, they're trapped in their own conditioning, and it really is very helpful for you to be able to live a life of presence and from a place of conscious awareness, not to get embroiled in their low vibe situations. So when you can do this, and I've been practicing this for many, many years now, it is a beautiful place to be. And you being able to sit in that place means that you are shining your light. You are holding such presence, and it's a very, very strong energy to be able to do that, to be able just to kind of diffuse a situation, literally energetically diffuse a situation. And when you do that, you'll realize how much power you have at being able to remain present with negative people. Negative people are not going to disappear. They are everywhere. Your job is to be able to transcend that, come at a place from, presence and happiness and positivity. I'm not asking you to be toxic positivity. What I mean by that is from a place of pretending you're feeling that. I'm not saying that. It's about deliberately, intentionally being positive and present, so you can kind of diffuse that dominant frequency. And when you do that, you are going to be in such a happier place, and you're no longer being drawn in to other people's low vibes. Then you are literally standing in a place of empowerment. You're no longer feeling disempowered, that you're reacting to situations that you're like, why am I getting drawn in? You're actually consciously making a decision to remain very present. So I hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching. It will be up on my page and my group for a while. I'll also put it on YouTube. And yes, I think we could all learn to these tips on how to deal with negative people, because it's very difficult to remove ourselves energetically from how strong their energy frequency is. Is a friend that's always moaning and complaining, you do have the choice on how you respond, and you can consciously do that by remaining present. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.